bucket, seed starting for the dirt, the tray, one of these, a whole bunch. Coir, strawberries, marigolds, zinnias, chives, tomatoes, peppers, basil, sage, dillweed, lemon tree, grow light. Yeah. Hey everybody, it's Val. Welcome to another episode of I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do my best. So today I'm gonna start some seeds. I'm just gonna it's not that I've never started seeds before, I have, but I wanna be like really successful with it. So I've been studying about stuff, and here is what I've got set up. I've got a bucket and I've lined it with a bag just for easy cleanup. I have this brick. There are two in here. It's seed starting mix. I'm just going to do one for today. I'm going to need 2 more quarts. I need 4 total to get this all mixed up. Once I have my dirt ready, or my seed starting mix ready, I've got this system that I probably bought last year and didn't use. So this is where I'll put the dirt and plant the seeds. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's got holes in the bottom. This is the tray that this goes into. And there's a little space at the bottom so that when you fill the water up in here, it waters the plant from the bottom through the little hole, but it doesn't just sit in the water. And then on top of that, we'll put one of these to begin with. And then once the seeds start coming up and all that, we'll take the lid off when it's time. Now these also have this cute little thing to help ventilate if it needs it. So these came like this. So they came separate from the top. It has this little button that pushes through the top. Very simple. And then this just turns like that. Well, those are the tools I'm going to be working with. I'm also going to wear some gloves. I have a lot of seeds. I also have these. Forget how many came in this pack, but it's a whole bunch. I should say it's a whole bunch. Jessica says a whole bunk. And then I have a marker to fine point to write on there so we can keep up with what we've planted. So I'm going to get the dirt ready, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to plant in these. So here we go. I'm going to get started. So this is made from renewable coconut, I don't know how to pronounce it, COIR. This is a sustainable resource compared to peat. Okay, and it's 100% biodegradable. And so I'm just gonna put it down in here. I'll have to put it at an angle like that. And I'm gonna pour in, I hope there are no holes in the bag. There's a strong possibility that there are holes. My helper's gonna get me 2 more quarts. I can already tell how much it's absorbing. Look, you can see it rising. Here we go with the next one. Build it in the floor a little bit.
It's supposed to be 4.5. So
wow, look at that. Watch. You see it disappearing from the bottom? Sure.
that's a lot. 2 minutes.
Watch.
Look.
Oh.
It's hard to see on camera, but it's alive. It's alive. It's amazing.
Will you look up how to pronounce COIR? This bucket's almost not big enough.
You don't pronounce this very well. You can just say coconut fiber. Yes, it's a textile fiber. How do you say it? Coir, or in American English, coir.
Coir.
I almost feel like this wasn't enough water as that's possible, but can't really get down there and mix it up well. I think I'm gonna have to pour it into the box, which is, I got the box for that. Okay, so we looked up how to pronounce this. It's coconut coir, AKA coconut fiber. My bucket is almost not big enough, so I'm going to dump it out into this box now that most of it has absorbed, I hope. It's possible that it hasn't, in which case I could make an even bigger mess.
It smells like dirt. You get this on Amazon, the dirt stuff.
Yeah. When I buy stuff like this, when it's something I've not used before, I do research ahead of time and consider cost as well as reviews. So I got this on Amazon last year. So I take all the things into consideration, and I cannot tell you why I chose this, because it was last year. So I'm just going to kind of pack it down in there and then add more as I need to. Now, ideally, I would have done this outside, on a table outside. But I've been waiting for a good day to do it when the weather was warm enough to hang out outside and not wet and wind wasn't blowing. It hadn't happened. So I decided to do it in here, even though it kind of, I don't think it's the best idea to do it in the kitchen, but that's what's happening. So you don't have to use something like this. I know some people are very anti-plastic. Probably next time I won't buy more plastic to do this, but this is what I bought last year. I've seen people use an egg carton, little paper cups, lots of other things. So really, you can be creative and find a lot of ways to do this without buying something like this. So this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this inside here while I prepare the rest of them. Another thing I've done in the past with this kind of a project, if I go buy a pack of flowers or plants or whatever from the store and they come in a thing like this, I save them and reuse them. But last year when we had moved, or the year before when we moved, I didn't keep all the little junky things that I had saved at the other house for gardening. It was just one less thing to have to pack up and move. That one batch of coconut fiber filled up 9 trays plus part of another one. So that came out to 112 seedling units. I don't know what you would call it, but that's whatever. So in case you wondered, it made 112 little pods for me to plant some seeds into. So I'm gonna do a little cleanup and then we'll get out the seeds. I'm gonna try starting some strawberry seeds because I have them, and we were just talking about how we miss having strawberries. So Hannah made her lunch.
Macaroni and cheese.
So to plant the strawberries, I think what I'm supposed to do is just sprinkle the seeds on the soil. All I'm going to do here is just kind of move the top dirt around just a little to cover some of them up a little bit. But I read that the seeds need light to germinate, so we don't want them like all the way covered up. Now, I have never started strawberry seeds before. Never grown strawberry plants except when I bought them, so we will see. And it says to mist them instead of watering. Now it says to refrigerate the seeds for a month before you plant them. But these seeds have been in the garage in the cold, so I'm hoping that's adequate. Hannah has done these for me. And then I'm also going to do a whole tray of marigolds. I'm a marigold fan. They're good for your garden. It helps with pests. Aside from planting them in the garden, I might like to also have some in some planters or pots or something around. So I'll be planting them in multiple places. Yes.
You and your Bessie gonna do some stuff?
Yes. All right, next I'm going to do a whole tray of zinnias because they're so pretty. So I'm going to kind of loosen the top of the little seed trays. I'm going to sprinkle the chives on here and then cover them up. Pretty small. I've also never grown chives. Now I'm going to just kind of rearrange this dirt so that it kind of buries those seeds. Some of them are not going to be buried and they may not sprout, but I feel like some of them will be down inside the dirt enough to make a difference. And then it says to spray them to not disturb the soil. Chives are done. I'll take another one. So in this tray, I'm gonna do 3 different kinds of tomatoes. And in this first row right here, I've planted cherry tomatoes. And then in the next row, these things are giant. Next, I'm gonna do these Rio Grande tomatoes. Now these tomatoes I think are supposed to be maybe about the size of a Roma tomato. I'm not sure. We'll just see what happens. All right, so that's 5 beef steaks. All right, so then I'm gonna go ahead and water these. Probably also need to put some water in the bottom. Now, peppers, 2 or 3 seeds per cell. Okay, so if you've never tried to grow peppers, peppers are very delicate, and I have at least one time successfully grown some peppers and like picked some sweet peppers once, maybe one season. Fingers crossed that this season is going to be really great. I'm going to do 4, and then if these don't come up, or I don't know, whatever, I'll do some more. If I'm successful with them, I think 4 is going to be more than enough. If only 3 out of the 4 survived, I would also think that they would be okay. And then next to sweet peppers, I'm gonna do basil. And I think we decided on 6 basil plants. Two to 3 per cell. I can't see. I don't even know where that one just went that I dropped. Maybe that was 3 in that one. So I ended up putting a lot more than 2 or 3 per cell because I can't see what I'm doing. I need glasses. I'm hoping that some of them are under the dirt enough. I know that probably not all of them are. All right, and then in this same tray, I'm gonna plant some sage I also have over here some dill weed I'm gonna plant or start, and I think because somebody gave me this, I'm actually gonna try starting a lemon tree, because why not? I'm gonna assume that planting dill is like everything else. I don't know about the lemon seed though. This one goes a little deeper, about 1/2 inch. And we'll put a link to all of the stuff we use in the description of the video, except the seeds. Some of the seeds were a gift, some we bought this year, and some are carried over from other years. Tell me about lemons.
Plant the seeds 1 inch deep. Water the seeds thoroughly and keep them in a brightly lit warm area at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a space with adequate sunlight, supplement with grow lights. After a few weeks, the seeds will begin to sprout.
Let's see. Let's try this. I have 2 lemon seeds left. If these don't work, we'll read up and try again. Let's put lids on them.
Okay.
There's nothing in there. All right, let's see if we can do this. There it is. It's in there. We have something else that we're excited about. We got a grow light to help with our seedlings. While there's plenty of light that comes in this window, it is not a south-facing window, and there is no direct sun that comes in the window. So this is the grow light. Again, I went by reviews and cost. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, but I didn't want to get one that said it wasn't very good. One of the reasons I chose this one is because it has this clamp where it clamps onto the table, and it has 2 lights on it that you can position as you need them. One thing that I'm gonna have to do is go find a block because it's USB. Alrighty. I'll have to look to see what the different settings are. So we can rotate our plants around if we need to, so that they all can get kind of an even amount of light.
Yeah, and we can move these that don't have anything in there. And
Oh yes,
spread them
you're
outside.
right. So there's how it connected back there, and it's got this control right there. I'm gonna read up on what the different settings are. And then some of these specifically say they need a certain temperature to stay warm. So we're gonna be getting a heat pad to put underneath those that need a specific amount of heat.
That's good, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. So the 2 that need the heating pad are right here next to each other.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of a learning curve on the lamp. There's a timer function we can set up to be on every 8 hours, every 12 hours, or whatever. Most of these mentioned misting them every day. Not all of them, but most of them did. There are some that don't like to be wet at the bottom, so you water at the top. There are some that want to be watered from the bottom. So we'll have to kind of get in the habit of figuring out which ones those are. As they grow, we have these. So like specifically the tomatoes, peppers, some of the plants that need more room, we will move them into these as they get big enough. We have another whole brick of the seed starting stuff. We've got more seeds to plant. Stay tuned if you like the seed stuff. We have some big containers already full of dirt at the other house. We got to load them in Hannah's truck and bring them over. We're going to go ahead, because we've got our greenhouse set up. I'm going to start some spinach, some kale, some carrots, some beets. I don't remember what else, but at least those things, and we're going to start them in the greenhouse. There's a few things we can start directly in the garden when we're ready, and so we'll do that. Hey, Zozo. Hey, Zozo. Come here. Okay. So Zozo said she's tired of me talking to the camera, and Jessica is also tired of me talking to the camera and is ready to get on with our day. Zoe, can you tell everybody thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.